Hello,
Hello, I'm Kevin.
I'm Ray. Welcome to our podcast, ADD, Attention Deficit Discourse.
This will be episode 4, and I have no clue what we're going to talk about. But Ray right here has a topic lined up, so I will be just as surprised as you will be.
hmm So today I wanted to talk about conspiracy theories. Kevin isn't ever on TikTok, but I am Gen Z, so I'm always on TikTok. And something that I always see is people posting about conspiracy theories, asking people to comment what conspiracy theories they believe in.
You
So
know,
I
this is
went
the algorithm, right? So you must be going deeper into the rabbit hole. Do you feel like you get more conspiracy theory posts every day?
No, I
The
only get
same amount,
them.
like 10%, 20%?
No. I struggled actually to find the video that I was looking for
Hmm.
to make my list because I get them very rarely and I'll just kind of scroll through the comments and see what people are saying and what comments have the most likes. So
Okay.
some of those ones are the ones that I put into our list.
Okay.
But okay, we'll ease into it, we'll start off slowly and then we'll start to get into
Get all crazy.
controversial, yeah,
Okay,
territory.
okay, okay.
All right. So, first one that a lot of people believe in is that Earth is flat and that we're in a simulation and like someone higher is controlling everything and that all the countries
Whoa, whoa,
work
whoa.
together to
Earth is
control us.
flat and we're in a simulation. That's a twofer. That's pretty
Mm-hmm.
extreme.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Which I don't really understand the rationale because people will say that when they're in a plane that it
Mm-hmm.
looks flat.
Mm-hmm.
But I would argue it looks a little curved.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
It's they're very limited in their view. Yeah, I don't know. I what would it take to make that person believe that the earth is round?
I don't know. I wonder how it happens too. Like, did they just never accept it when they were in elementary school?
I think it's probably just some friend or neighbor tell them that and they believe it,
Hmm.
right?
You know
And
what? I
I feel
think,
like that's always the downhill of everything in society. Like we used to believe in experts,
hmm
or even if we didn't believe in experts, we believed in the journalists, the writers who covered the experts
yeah.
because they would relay it to us through the news, through the press, or whatever.
hmm
But we stopped believing in them, and now we're just talking to random commenters on message boards and oh, that person said something that really stuck with me. It relatable to me. I'm gonna believe that person, even though it could be a totally anonymous person. It could be a high school kid next door that says something now, and you could believe in it, which is kind of wild, right?
Yeah. So it's funny. I'm gonna go off from my list. Well, kind of, actually, kind of on my
Hmm.
list. Okay, we're jumping now. It's funny that you say that because in middle school, my
Hmm.
friend, and this is YouTube, like, brainwashing little me. My friend was super religious, super, super religious. Like her family had a church in their yard, like both her parents, everybody
A
super, super
church in your
religious.
yard? Like
hmm
had a okay. I'm
Yeah,
just trying
cause
to
cause
picture that.
back
That's kind
home,
of crazy.
cause back home we have a lot of land,
Okay.
Everybody
So I'm
has like
picturing a whole bunch of chairs lined up and there's a
uh,
pedestal.
yeah,
What?
it's like a small church. It's not like a fancy mega church
Okay.
type of thing, but it was, like the com people of the community definitely went.
Uh-huh.
And so my friend was really religious and she believed in the Illuminati. And
Hmm.
I don't even like I can't even
That's a
explain what
pretty
that
common
is.
one.
Yeah.
That's like I
It's
feel
like a
like
secret
that
society or
that's a
something.
very common trope. That's like believing very similar to believing in a deep state, another secret organization out there.
Yeah.
It's very common. It's I think it's just very common that you just think that there's another organization out there with ulterior motives.
Yeah. So then I would watch YouTube videos that would convince me that the Illuminati was in Disney Channel because one of the symbols is owls. Another symbol is like an eye, like people doing this. Because back
Hmm.
in the 2000s, like a lot of pop stars, like Lady Gaga, Beyonce, whoever, they would make like pictures like this or they would do it in their music videos. So
Isn't
I
that
was.
eye and a triangle in our currency as well? Like the
No,
dollar bill, the
exactly.
eye
That's
and the
why
pyramid,
people,
and
yeah. So that's why
yeah, I
people
mean,
believed it because they were like, oh yeah, it's definitely incorporated into our society. It's on the dollar bill. Um, so anyways, that was something I believed as a kid. I was like, whoa. But then I was like, what's the point? What's the point of having this central, I don't know, governing group of people? Like,
I
what
feel
are they
like
gonna
it
do?
doesn't. It's fairly harmless to believe in something like that, right? Like if someone
Mm.
said they believed in unicorns, that's fairly harmless. I wouldn't care. I'd say, oh, okay, good for you, right?
Well, they think they will take over, and I think that was the part that had to do with religion, is that they would make you either put the mark of the beast on you or you die.
Okay, now that's pretty crazy. Then that is kind of crazy. So if someone else came up to me and said, "Hey, I really believe in unicorns, and they will kill you unless you put the mark of the beast on you," then that's crazy because they went from just believing in unicorn, which I would be cool with, to now you need to put this mark of the beast on you. Otherwise, the unicorn will come over, jump out from the rainbow, or whatever, and impale you with the unicorn right through your chest because you
Mm,
don't have the mark of the beast on you.
exactly.
That would be cray cray.
Now this beast is gonna mark you. Yeah.
Okay.
But
That's
yeah, it
just
was so that was one that I believed a little bit as a kid.
uh-huh.
And then
You know, that's
yeah.
that's driven by fear, and fear is a very strong propaganda tool.
Hmm.
I feel like the older you get, like me, I'm an ancient fossil. The older you get, the more fear you get to discard.
Mm,
So
really?
it's promising, yeah.
I feel like as
Yeah.
life goes on, I get more scared of everything.
Maybe you get more anxious. I'm still anxious, but I'm
Mm.
less fearful of so many things now.
Like what?
I don't know, like everything. I'm not fearful of death. I'm not fearful of ghosts. I'm not fearful of a lot of things.
I think
I'm not fearful of illnesses
I think it
related to
switched
death.
for me. It switched for me. Like as a kid, I was afraid of, yeah, like the devil and demons and all kinds of like ghosts, whatever. And then as I grew up, I stopped believing in that stuff, but then I became fearful of like death or being attacked by a shark while you're in the water, things that can
While
happen
you're
to
in the
you.
indoor swimming pool
But when
at
you're
the
a kid, you
YMCA.
don't think about that. You just don't think it'll happen to you. You're like, oh, you never see that stuff in the news when there's no little kids in the news. So I'm safe. I'm untouchable. I'm yeah, I think I thought when I was a kid, it seemed like there was kind of like a shield on us until we were 18. And then I
Hmm.
remember once we graduated, yeah, there was just sad things started happening. But anyways, not to get dark. But that was okay. So yeah, that was one of the another thing, Illuminati. And
Uh,
then let's see. I think that's something I wanted to look up. So have you ever seen the Denver airport?
I might have had layovers over there, but I can't remember why. What's so special about it?
Oh man, there it is. People believe that the Denver airport is satanic. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it has like a blue horse with red eyes.
Blue
Oh
horse with
man,
red eyes.
I'm gonna need you to look it up. So, tying into the Illuminati, Denver locals believe their airport is satanic and home to the Illuminati. That was another thing on my list because a lot of people on TikTok believe in that. They think that the delay in the airport and was because there were like tunnels that were built under the airport. They think that the tunnels lead to survival bunkers for the rich and elite,
You
military
ever
bases, home for aliens, home for lizard people.
you ever look
Dang.
at Boise State? Their colors are blue and red, and they're
Oh,
notorious because their football field is all blue, and their mascot is a horse as well.
but no
But
Illuminati.
the horse does not have red eyes. No, I just
No,
checked.
no lizard people.
No, not that I know of.
That'd be
Not
crazy.
confirmed.
Home
But they're
for
all blue.
aliens, home for lizard people. That's like a frat house in there. There's a bunch of people. Their parties go crazy.
I have seen lizard people every year on October 31st.
Oh,
Little dinosaurs running
yeah.
around, holding bags of
Yeah.
candy.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
They always make a whirring air sound, like they almost have like a fan in them. But yeah,
Yeah,
lizard people definitely real.
it says employees have been known to prank the media by wearing lizard masks. And then what
People are
else?
gullible. What can we say? You know, there was an
Yeah.
episode recently on things stuff you should know, and
Mm-hmm.
it was on gullibility.
Oh
It was
yeah.
just a few weeks ago, I think. Pretty interesting. It's very detailed, and they talk about multiple factors that make you more or less gullible. And one of the things I learned was that people who are scientists tend to be more gullible than non-scientists. And it makes sense because if you're a
What?
scientist, if you're a scientist and you get presented with fake data, scientists are more likely to fall for the fake data, like fake tables, fake technical data, more so than people who don't understand the technical data, right?
Really?
Yeah, that makes sense to me because
I thought
if
that
so,
they would be able to interpret that or like
it
figure
could
that something
only if
is
they want
not
to put into
real.
work, only if they want to put into
Ah,
work to make sure, interpret the data and do their own research and stuff like that, or come up with alternative experiments, controls, and whatever. But it does make sense to me. So if there's a chemist or a physicist, someone outside of my biological domain comes up to me and shows me all of these spectrographs or NMR plots and everything. I know what they are, but I'm not an expert in those technologies. I'll just take their word for it. I'd be more gullible. But if you're just some layman and you never believed in biologists, you're just as likely to not believe in the chemists and the physicists as well. So you don't believe in science at all, for example. So basically, if you believe in science, they can use fake science to make you,
to convince you.
yeah, yeah. But you don't believe in
Interesting.
science. If you're not a scientist, then the hurdle is still there, but apparently it's higher, I guess.
I'm
Doesn't make a lot
surprised
of
by
sense.
that.
Yeah,
I just
yeah, me
Googled
too.
or I just looked up conspiracy theories on Reddit, and one of the
Hmm.
first one that popped up is that Finland doesn't exist.
I think isn't that easy to resolve?
This
Just
is
have
what they're
someone
saying. They're
fly over to
saying
Finland.
they're saying that
So
Finland is a
if a
fabricated country created by the
mhm,
Japanese and Soviet governments during the Cold War. The idea is
okay.
that the country is actually just open water, and Japan uses it for secret fishing operations, with the fish being transported through Russia into Japan under the guise of Nokia products. They think Finland's population is exaggerated, and the people who claim to be Finnish are actually from neighboring countries. They say that most flights to Finland allegedly don't go there, but land somewhere else entirely.
So every time I think about conspiracy theories, I think about ways to debunk them. So I think an easy way to debunk this one would be
Go to
to take the
Finland.
denier to go to Finland, right?
Yeah.
And what else would it take you to believe that it exists? You go to the airport, welcome to
How,
Finland, you get your
how did
visa
that even
stamp.
happen? How do they, something that I think I could, kind of see why they would believe it is if they were to say like, oh, North Korea doesn't exist. Because you don't ever see anything about North Korea because it's a
And it's
dictatorship,
very
you
hard to
know?
go to North Korea too. So
Exactly.
that could be very believable. I
Yeah, but
mean,
Finland? Weird. Okay. These ones are kind of outlandish. Have you ever seen the conspiracy theory that people think pigeons are actually government plants, like they're just little robots? You've never seen a pigeon baby before?
It is probably more believable than the COVID vaccine being spy drones, right?
5G
5G
tracker.
satellite being injected because that would be some crazy technology. Show me that. I want to believe in that.
Pigeons? The pigeons are actually part of the police. Yeah, people are like, you've never seen a pigeon with its babies, have you? You've never seen little pigeon babies. I'm like,
I have never seen pigeon babies. That
But
is very
what
true.
if pigeon babies look like other,
Adult pigeons,
or if they look like other birds, before they like change color or something?
like king penguins, all brown when they're born.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Let's see, pigeon babies. Oh, yuck.
When they look like crows. They were crows.
Horrifying. It's so ugly. It's like a weird chicken.
Okay.
Oh my God,
Maybe
it's
they're
so
just
ugly. It's like kind of yellow.
so we've been seeing them all along, but we didn't know they were baby pigeons? Or do they stay in a nest or something? And
I
then they
don't
come out when
know.
they're adults.
Here, I'll show you. This is from Reddit yet again. Rarely seen baby pigeon. Oh my God, it's so ugly.
Rarely seen.
Can you see it? No, you cannot.
Oh, I do see it. It does look like a yeah, a little chick. That's like a newborn almost looks like.
Ugly. Keep it in hiding. I'm okay not seeing them in the wild. Yuck. Disgusting. Anyways, okay.
But that's a harmless conspiracy, right? I mean, what do
I
people do
think
about that?
people,
Did you want to kill the pigeons then, or what's the deal? I don't know.
I feel
They're
like people
harmless.
are very paranoid about being watched all the time, which when you think about it, we're not watched that much. A lot of our neighborhoods don't have cameras, whereas like countries like what is South Korea have
But
cameras.
but it's harmless though. I mean, what would believing in that lead them to do? Would they just move away from pigeons, or
I really don't know.
because if it scares people, I'm gonna set up a pigeon farm all around my property. Pigeons
Why?
everywhere. Oh, but then they would poop everywhere. I don't want to clean up their
Yeah.
nasty poop. Never mind.
But that's assuming that robbers are afraid of pigeons, which I don't know. That one is
Probably
kind
not.
of interesting. That one's kind of funny though. I like to joke about that one when I went to San Francisco one time and there was a bunch of police out. It was right after, what was it, Black Friday when all those robbings happened down in Union Square. And it was funny because there was like a bunch of cops, and then right by the cops, there was like pigeons. It was concentrated right by the cops. And I thought it was funny. I was like, oh, they're all together. They're a little squad. It's weird.
So you
Checking
knew about
in.
the conspiracy at that time?
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You did?
I took a video and I sent it to friends saying like, I know what you are. I'm like,
I never even
yeah.
asked you, do you believe in all of these? Because I don't want to be
No.
hurting your feelings if
No.
so.
There was one that I saw that I did believe in, but I don't believe in any of the ones we're talking about today. But
What
I
was
couldn't
one
find
that
that
you
one.
did believe in, but either you still believe in it or you no longer believe in it? Do you remember any?
Um, I'm trying to think. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember. I'll have to find it. But well, there's one. It's kind of niche though. I don't know if
Mhm.
you know about Gabby Petito, who that is, but
She's the one that disappeared with her. Yeah, I don't think her
yeah,
body was ever found, right?
it was.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, there's a documentary about it on Netflix that I just
For some
watched.
reason, I thought it was never found and remains never found.
No, they found her, and it
Because the boy,
seems
the suspect, he died, right? He committed suicide in the swamps, right?
I don't know if it was in
He
the
went to this giant national
swamps.
park and I think he just
I
drowned or
think it was dry. No,
something.
no, it was dry there. It was dry there. But that is
Oh.
the conspiracy that I kind of believe is so his cops were looking for him, right? And then
Hmm.
his family went to go look, and then all of a sudden they find him very quickly. And they found him a mile from his car, which people were thinking that's hard to believe that the cops didn't find him if he was only a mile away from his car and they were looking for hours. And then when they found him, it was only his bones. It's like he was fully or like mostly decomposed, and not that much time had gone by. So I feel like that's kind of weird.
But it's a warmer place in Florida, and that warmer environment speeds up
But to be fully
decomposition.
bones, like to be
Yeah,
just
it's
bones.
really there's
But then how
one.
come for her, they didn't find her body for a long time and she wasn't fully decomposed?
Was she buried? Maybe she
No,
was buried. Maybe
no,
she was in
she was,
cold
she
water,
was
or
exposed to the elements.
maybe it was colder,
Mm-mm,
shaded,
it was still hot.
dry. It was dry, not humid. Because humidity, heat are the two main things that'll really speed up your decomposition. And if there are other animals around, like vultures, bugs, worms, they decompose you really quickly.
But I'm like, why wouldn't it happen to her? But it happened to him.
Sounds like different places, right? Totally
No,
different places.
they were still in like the climate I'm pretty sure was the same. But I
It could be
believe
microclimate.
the conspiracy theory. I think his family, well, they definitely knew that he did it because he went home and then his parents called a lawyer immediately. And then the cops came to talk and say, "Oh, is he home?" And the parents were like, "Oh, we have a lawyer. We can't talk to you." That's weird. Why would, if you were
Yeah.
innocent, you wouldn't get a lawyer.
Yeah. But unfortunately, he will
He's
always
in
be
Mexico right now,
innocent until proven guilty.
or guilty until proven innocent.
You think like that guy behind Enron, what's his name? Kenneth Lay,
What is that?
multi-billion dollar auditing, I think it was auditing scam where they fixed the energy prices. You never heard of Enron? It was
No.
like multi tens of billions of dollars, and he was found guilty and he was convicted to a lengthy prison sentence. And just before he was supposed to report to prison, he quote unquote died very conveniently. And they had a funeral, and that was it. Case closed. But he was a billionaire, right? And
Mhm.
so obviously people thought, is he really dead?
Yeah.
This always happened to people who have to go to prison for length,
Yeah.
and they're super wealthy. I mean, even goes
Yep.
with the pedophile guy, Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah,
Is he
yeah.
really dead? Very
Exactly.
convenient,
Exactly.
right?
I
And
didn't
who
know
would
that
believe
Steve
that?
Jobs was dead. I learned that in 2021 that Steve Jobs is dead.
You're smiling now. I
No,
know you're
I'm serious.
sarcastic.
No, I'm so serious. And my friends were making fun of me. But I saw now I
That's
sound so
crazy. How
gullible.
would you?
I don't know, like I live under a rock, but also I had seen a picture before of someone who looks like Steve Jobs and he was like
Uh-huh.
in Egypt or something. And then people were like, "Oh, Steve Jobs lives in Egypt." And I just didn't know he died. I don't know. But
Wow. Okay.
wouldn't some of them you would think, okay, maybe they're onto something. Especially that guy with Gabby Petito. I think his parents for sure sent him to Mexico or something, and he's living there. And they pretended he died so that he can't be extradited.
He would
Anyhow.
have to have like good connections, a lot of power, money, which he
I
didn't
mean,
seem to
you
have.
don't
So
need that much money to live
why
in
would people
Mexico
go that
though.
far? Yeah,
You
but the
don't
cover up. I'm talking about the cover
because he
up.
doesn't want
He
to
would
go to
have to.
jail. And Florida has the death
Yeah, but
penalty
then the
still.
government would have to be in on it. Like, why would they buy
No,
in on that?
he would just flee. They don't care who's going to Mexico. They care who's coming in.
They no, they would care about justice. So they would take whatever bones and they would do DNA testing on it and make sure it's him. Like they want to make sure they got him, right? So
I don't know.
why would they let him slide if it was like really not his bone? They
I
would
don't know.
test it for sure.
Sometimes the cops are lazy, Kevin.
Lazy,
Sometimes
lazy. Okay, then that's just sad then.
me and my
That's
partner
just
like to joke that the cops don't know, they don't have a lead. So then they're just like, it was suicide. He shot himself in the head 3 times.
there's
It
got to
was
be
definitely
reasoning behind it.
suicide.
Like there got to be reasoning behind it because the justice system would just want to take down and get. I would think they want to seek justice, so they wouldn't just find a skeleton. Oh yeah, that's him. Case closed. No, they would think that he's trying to trick them and figure it out. I don't know.
You're giving them
That's a
too
very
much credit.
that's a very very
There
weak
there are so many
conspiracy
cases.
theory.
There are so
Very
many
weak.
cases of them. No, it's strong. There are many cases of them not knowing what to do with what they have. So they'll be like, yes, she killed herself. She shot herself in the back of the head 3 times. How did she shoot herself in the back of the head 3 times? Riddle me that. And then they're like, case closed. There's
It could
literally a
be
case like that too. There's a case of a
it
woman
could
who
be
was
a
murdered by her partner, and it was stuff
autom
like that.
it could be an automatic firearm where you pull the trigger
It was a
and three
handgun.
bullets fly out. Yeah,
It's a
but
handgun.
they have fully automatic handguns. You can just hold onto the trigger and
And then what
then
about
you can
stabbing
fire off
herself in the
multiple
back?
bullets.
What about stabbing herself in the back?
You can put a knife, aim it upwards, prop it up, aim at your back, have a fully automatic pistol, and then you fall backwards onto it. Uh, and it could be on a spring mattress so that you bounce off the mattress and then you bounce off the knife
This is
3 times.
ridiculous. And mine is
I'm just
ridiculous. This
I'm
is
just saying that
ridiculous.
it could be done. It could be
No,
done
why would you want to do that to yourself?
to make a conspiracy theory that people will follow and that you live on forever as a legend.
Mm, I think that is crazy. I don't know. I'm just saying, just saying. He could be alive. Okay, next one. Walt Disney's head is frozen so that he can come back to life in the future when we have more advanced technology. People believe that his head is frozen at Disneyland.
Like where?
I don't know. Let's see. Back to Reddit we go. Walt Disney. Oops.
You could say that for anybody, right?
All the rich people.
Pretty much anybody. You say
He
anybody's head is severed and frozen somewhere. Maybe Steve Jobs in Egypt.
that's yeah, it says he's the most famous frozen person in the world, even though he's never been cryopreserved, but that's what they want you to think.
With just the
Uh,
head or the whole body?
I don't know. People say his head. Cryogenic frozen head of Walt Disney. Disney on ice. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. That one's also kind of funny. Someone says
Is
that it's real
is
and
in the
that
rink, in the
people
ice
are
rink.
saying that they came up with Disney's Frozen, the Frozen movies with Anna and Elsa,
Uh-huh.
or Disney on Ice, the
Uh-huh.
ice skating, as attempts by the company to get people to stop talking about Walt Disney cryo freezing himself. So that when you look up Frozen, the movie comes up, or like Ice, if you look up Ice, then Disney on Ice pops up. But I don't know, it's just funny because everybody's saying that
That would make sense
it
because
was
in
told to
Frozen, you know
them.
how they have the song Let It Go? It's a song to
Hmm.
tell all of the people holding onto the conspiracy theory to let it go.
Drop it or we'll get you.
Drop it, let it go.
You'll
Let it
stab yourself in the back of the head 4,000 times on accident. You've been
I've
warned.
never heard of that. And
Really?
Okay, but that's the
What
harmless one.
what
So why
are
would I even care if people want to believe in that? Why? I mean,
no,
no one's
none of
telling me
these
to put Mark of the Beast on me for that, or Walt Disney could come out of the ice and bite me with his little zombie head. You're not gonna roll
none
over
of
and
these
bite me, right? So
are
it's harmless. I don't care.
no,
I
it's
would
not.
I would just laugh at that, like someone wants to believe that the world is flat. It just doesn't. I don't care. You
No,
can
I'm not.
believe that.
We're not here to discuss, if it's harmless or not. We're
Uh-huh.
just here to
Okay.
talk about you can argue
How
for it, you
ridiculous
can
about
argue
it?
against it,
Okay.
you can
But I'm just
be
saying
the
that
devil's advocate and
I
see
would
where they're coming
feel less
from.
likely. I will feel less energized to argue even about it if it's completely harmless,
No, it's
right? It's
fine.
like it's the same as if someone comes up to me and say, "Hey, the LA Lakers is my favorite basketball team." I'm not going to argue for or against that. It's like, okay, good for you,
Kevin,
buddy. Good for
that's what
you.
this podcast is for us to ponder. Where's your whimsicalness? Where is your spirit? You're just shutting me down right now.
Unless they tell me
This is
put a mark of the
no,
beast on
no.
me on my
Stop it.
forehead.
This is what this is for, okay? This is what we're here to do.
Okay,
We're
all
here to
right,
talk theories. You
okay.
come up to me asking me if I think we have free will. I don't shut you down by saying, oh, that's
Oh,
harmless. Do you believe that? No, we stand there and we debate.
okay.
That's what
Maybe
we're
it'd be
here to
more
do.
fun if I play devil's advocate, try to argue for their theory. So it's doable. I mean, you just put that severed head in
But
deep
you can't
freeze
connect all the
forever.
neurons to a body successfully. He's not coming
Maybe
back to life.
they are banking on future, maybe in the next 50, 100 years, we're going to have a total head implant done, surgical
Mm.
operation.
50, 100 years? No
And we
way.
can reattach the head to the
We
spine
were
and boom,
supposed
everything
to have
done.
flying cars.
Maybe AI will figure it out for us. So it's doable. So it's
No
plausible.
way.
And he
No
was super
way.
rich. He just paid for the cryogenic services for another 100 years, and
Your
his great great
protein
great great
structures
grandkid.
change. All your protein structures change when they're
Not
frozen.
if it's super duper frozen, like minus 80 degrees Celsius, pretty much stops. You can keep things alive for
But
almost
he'd have to be
indefinitely.
flash freezed.
I hope they did that. They'll find out when you try to bring him back and they reattach him, his
What
head to the
about
body.
thawing
He's like,
him?
"Oh, mouse! This is how you draw the mouse?" And they're like, "No, we're gonna
No,
kill you for sure
they
this
gotta
time.
take him out of
Kill
the
him for sure."
freezer. They gotta take him out of
Yeah.
the freezer to thaw, and they get mad at the worker if they don't take it out in time. Like when you're a kid and they ask you to take out the
Or
chicken to thaw
yeah, they thought it differently. They thought it too quickly or something, or too
underwater.
slowly. Yeah.
Yeah, they throw it on the grill
His
too quickly.
face is sagging. His eyes are not looking the same anymore. He'll be blind. Maybe he can't even draw. And he'll
Did he
start
draw?
complaining. I don't know. I mean, did he, right? He drew Mickey Mouse, right? I mean, that's the whole point. Walt Disney.
I
He's the
think
one who drew Mickey Mouse.
so. I don't know. Maybe he just came up with the idea and then he had someone else draw it.
Do you think he'll be appalled when he comes back to life and he sees what current animations that we have? Can you imagine Walt Disney watching like South Park? What would he say about that? I'd say, "Oh, I like this. I like this comedy. I like this."
He wouldn't understand the references. He doesn't know who Snooki is.
If you watch it anime, if you watch the X-rated anime, maybe and you'd say, "Oh, I like this."
Oh, yeah, maybe.
You watch
Yeah,
Demon Slayer, say, "Oh, wow, I was thinking about that." Mickey Mouse fighting
it's good
zombie
to be
mice,
alive. Yeah, yeah.
demon mice slayers. Like, that's my idea. Dang it!
What if you're taking him out from his cryogenic cell or whatever, you're walking with him, you
You
slip. Oh
drop it.
no, you drop him, yeah.
You drop it while you fall first, and you drop the head right on and it falls right on your face, and you end up kissing him.
Ugh,
Kiss the
disgusting.
frozen Walt Disney
And he
head.
cracks a little bit. Oop.
It cracks a little bit.
No, that one's kind of funny. That one would be dark though. Okay, what else? Oh, people think that we've never landed on the moon.
I thought I that's a yeah, that's an old one. I think that there's a lot of counter arguments to that. You ever heard of that one where we put mirrors on it? So you just shine a laser onto it and it reflects back to you?
Okay.
But I mean, I don't have the capacity to test that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's a hard one. That's
So
one of
they're
those
saying that's
ones
how we
that,
could prove that we have landed on the moon is
yeah,
by
but then what
flashing a
if there are
laser at the
parts?
moon.
Yeah, but what if there are parts of the moon that's already got reflective patches or whatever?
Also, it's not a good idea to flash a laser in the sky when there's planes flying.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe they just want to get you in jail. But
Yeah.
it's one of those things where it's difficult to disprove unless you've been
Go to the
there
moon
yourself,
yourself.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of
Yeah.
like if someone said to me, Donald Trump or Barack Obama is not a real person, I wouldn't know. I've never met them in real life, right? Like
Yeah.
if you want to believe in something, only if you see that person physically in real life,
Hmm.
most people would not believe that either of them exist in real life unless
Like
you
Steve
have a
Jobs.
network. Yeah, Steve Jobs too, unless you have a vast enough network where your cousin's cousin met that person and you believe your cousin who believed
Yeah.
your cousin's cousin. No,
Yeah. Yeah. That's
I
true.
don't
That's
know.
true. Yeah. A lot of people think that, well, the Russians did land on the moon first, but they think that we lied about it. So I don't know. I'm okay with not trying to prove or disprove that. There's no way you could pay me to get onto a tank and go into the vacuum of space. Nope, nope, nope.
What if Earth was going downhill and it was a zombie apocalypse
Roll me
and you
down the
were
hill too. Mm-mm.
and we had a space shuttle right here, the last defended position in the planet, and zombies were coming all around us, encircling us, and they were about to come over and bite you, and
I
we had to
think
blast off.
I think going into space, I think most of us would go crazy. Because think about it. There's no trees, there's no fresh air, there's no
Hmm.
green. It's just dark. I think everybody would lose their mind slowly. I think everybody would be driven towards insanity. So I'd rather stay here with the trees and just, stab myself in the head 3 times, I guess.
What if the zombie apocalypse ate all the trees? The zombies eat the trees, and there are no trees here anyways. And
Skinny,
and
healthy
you're
queens getting their greens in. Okay, summertime.
they were so hungry, they're eating everything.
Okay, plant-based diet.
Yeah, fly me out to the moon now. I think then you would be afraid of when you're in the space shuttle blasting off. You hear some sounds in the back of the space shuttle, and you're worried. Oh no, did
Yeah,
one of the
imagine
zombies
how
get on the space
sick you
shuttle?
would be. You'd be sick from all the G's. Oh, no. Because no one's trained for that. It'd be horrible. It'd be awful. Nope. Let me, let me perish here. I'm not trying to do
Zombie,
that.
bite me on the neck right here.
I'll eat some trees with you. Yeah, no, I think we would go crazy for sure.
Would you act and pretend to be like a zombie so that they don't attack you? Like put
That's
on some
true.
makeup and
How do they know who's a zombie and who's not a zombie?
maybe
Like
that smell.
they're in a pile together. So what if you just rub like nasty stuff on you so that you stink?
They don't look like they can see any better than a live
No, so they could
human.
smell
Think
it.
of
So
their
they could
eyes.
smell that you stink.
It's kind of
That
crazy. Like you turn into a zombie and your noses become better. I don't know.
that's what I'm saying. What if you just rub like the smell of death on you so that they don't think you're alive. They think you're also a zombie.
I think that won't work because deer hunters do that. Then real deer can still smell human under the deer smell.
Oh, I didn't know
So
that.
it's just a layer of smell on you, but they can still smell through it.
Hmm.
It doesn't work all the way. So
I don't
if you want to
know.
go through that smell theory, the zombies gotta
I
have a
think
really good smell.
I think I could totally survive a zombie apocalypse if as long as they're not the running ones. If they're the ones that are like really slow, like in The Walking Dead. Have you seen The Walking Dead?
No, never.
The Walking
I feel like
Dead,
it.
I watched it for
Like 10 years, 10 seasons, right? Isn't it?
I don't even know. I stopped watching it at a certain point because I was like, I'm done. But they're slow, and that was the thing that would bug me when people would die. How did you die when they're going -1 mile per hour? You're really dying from zombies and you can outrun them? Are you joking? Make me so mad. They're like laying there, or they're like walking, they're trying to save someone. Oh my gosh, you're making me just like push their forehead and they're gonna fall back a little bit, and then it's gonna take them like 10 years for their refractory period. Are you kidding me? You have it
No.
easy. Now, the ones that like crackle and run fast and climb,
Uh-huh.
no,
How
there's
about the
no
ones
way.
that can open doors?
Yeah, exactly. If they're smart and
Yeah.
they can do things like a human, how are
They
you
can
dying
drive
though?
drive
How?
vehicles. They can use guns and bow and arrows.
Yeah, shoot
How
down
about
their
if
food.
zombies that can talk? Say, I'm gonna eat you. You're
And
hungry. I want some living flesh.
that's fine. That's fine. As long as they can't run and break their kneecaps. That way they can't run. Let them crawl. Yeah,
No, they
no.
just run on their kneecaps. I mean, they little stubs.
Dang. At that point, they earn me. If they made it, if they're able to
They
get
just,
me,
they
yeah,
run on their little stubs, and you're like,
you
okay, just bite me now.
you
That's a
earned your
better life.
food. Yeah, you
I
earned
want
your
to
food.
upgrade. I want to upgrade into a zombie now. Let's just upgrade me.
Yeah, no. If they're able to get me even then with a disadvantage, respect. You've earned your meal. Yeah.
I never, I never understood those shows because they're never zombie birds, zombie dogs, zombie fishes, zombie worms.
Have you seen
So
what
what the
is it
heck?
called? I just
What-
watched it recently. 28 Days Later.
I might have. That
There's a
rings a
new one
bell.
coming out. There's a new one coming out called 28 Years Later. But the 28
It has
Days
zombie
Later,
dogs.
there was zombie deer, I think.
Zombie deer?
I'm pretty sure it was
Did it
zombie
go after
deer.
humans or did it go after other deer?
I think it died. I think the
It's
disease
just,
maybe kills them quicker than it would kill
oh,
us, or like, I don't know, make you lay on the ground forever. I don't really know. But that one, I remember the deer was infected. Wait, no, I'm lying. It wasn't 28 weeks later. It was Train to Busan. Train to
never heard of
Busan.
that one.
Really? It's good, actually. I kind of liked it.
Okay, I'll look that up.
It's a
I have been
Korean
watching
movie.
zombie movies because Her Highness is very scared of horror movies, but maybe I should watch one with
Even
Preston.
zombies?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oddly enough, Stranger Things is acceptable, even though that's kind of scary,
The
especially
newest
the last
season?
season. Yeah, that one, last
Yeah,
one. Yeah, that kind of got some
that
vivid
one's
scenes
scary
in it.
for sure. No, that last season, pretty scary. The clock.
Yeah.
Didn't you say one of your kids is now afraid of grandfather
Yeah.
clocks because of it?
My daughter, like, she's not afraid of any of the scenes throughout the entire season
Mhm.
except for the clock. Like,
Yeah.
she's horrified of it, but everything else, all of the grisly, gory scenes and grotesque disfiguration scenes, she's not phased, but
Yeah.
the clock, she's definitely horrified of
No,
that.
it's
That's
scary.
pretty funny.
I feel like they made such a big jump from like, oh, it's a dark world, and it's creepy and there's like vines all over everything to like bending these people into pretzels. That's
I know.
crazy.
Yeah. That's one of the original the scary Stranger Things is a throwback to all of the horror tropes, right?
Oh,
They did everything. Yeah. It's it's a collection of all of the most commonly used horror tropes. Like, the hand coming through the walls and people levitating and the crazy disfigurements. They borrow from all of the hallmark features of prior horror movies. That's why people liked it so much. And there's another alternate world and everything. That's kind of like Freddy Krueger, when you dream, you enter the nightmare realm
oh yeah, yeah.
and things coming out of body like that came from aliens, right? You got the baby alien popping out of chest, and then you got the boy kind of vomiting a little slug. Just like so, it's borrowing from all of the. It's
That happened in Stranger
nostalgia.
Things, where
Yeah, in the
something
first
comes out of
season,
a.
the boy vomited. the alien. It came from within,
Ew. Nope.
right? And then
Nope.
eventually they had to get the demon out from him, and he's screaming, and the dark clouds are exiting all of its orifices from its eyes and nose and mouth and ears.
Oh,
Remember that crazy scene?
no, no, I
You don't
don't.
remember that? And they had to tie him down, and the monster doesn't like bright lights, so they shine bright lights throughout his whole body, and while he's shackled down, and the yeah, that the monster escapes from his body that way. Crazy, and that's what horrified both of my sons, and they were done. They were not going to watch any more of that.
Gross. Nope.
I'm surprised you don't remember that scene. That was pretty vivid.
I don't think I watched the entire first season. I think I watched a little bit of second. Definitely didn't see third. And then for some reason I watched the most
Okay,
recent one.
that's the third one probably, or the
I thought it
second
was the
one. The
I
first
don't
one did
know.
not have that. I think it was a second season. You got to watch the second season. That's the one where that boy is consumed from within. He's controlled
Disgust.
by the monster.
Why can't they ever poop them out? Why do they always have to vomit them out? It's gross.
They got to go the gross route.
No.
They're not a
Poop is
Disney
gross
movie.
too.
They're a horror movie. Like
No.
Smile, Smile 2, grotesque,
Yeah.
gory.
No. Gross. Just put me down. Don't let the demon come out. We go down together.
Just bite
Disgusting.
me, zombie. Just bite me.
Just
Upgrade me right now. I want to level up.
it's gross. Okay, let's see. What else? I have a couple alien ones here.
Oh, good
Um,
segue.
a lot of people think that there are aliens
Aliens exist. That's like you. That's not a
in
conspiracy
the
theory. This is one that
ocean.
you, oh, in the ocean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you go
In
to
the
deep
ocean.
sea ocean. They do
A,
look alien.
a lot of people are saying that, which obviously I disagree with this one. They're saying that it's weird that we haven't explored most of our ocean and that we don't try to explore more of it, and instead we try to explore space. And people are saying that the government or whoever has found aliens in the ocean, and that's why they're trying to find a new planet for us to live on, because there's something down there that's scary, but they don't want us to know what it is. But it's like it's hard to travel down somewhere where there's
It
just
is.
insane amount of pressure.
It is.
It's
Yeah.
easier to travel in space because it's all homogeneous.
Hmm. It's
Well,
true.
mostly, I guess, until you get to like, certain areas where time dilates and whatever, it gets complicated. But for the most part, it's all homogeneous. Whereas going to the ocean, it's so hard to build something that could go down there and support you under all that pressure and have enough oxygen. So, but
I
people
don't
think
think
there's
you would
aliens
go
there.
down there, but you would send like a
A
robot down
rover.
there, right?
Yeah, yeah,
A
yeah.
rover.
Yeah. But I think even then, it's so far to be able to transmit signals.
Yeah. And you can't, like you said, you can't observe that much
Yeah.
down there because that rover would be moving so slowly down there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the floor of the ocean. And the ocean is so vast. You
Yep.
can't see much down there. And the visibility is very short or so dark down there.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's
People
very
think there's
true. Like
aliens down there.
99% of the ocean floor is unexplored. Maybe we
Mm-hmm.
can throw down the sonograms or whatever to measure the surface, but that's very broad, not specific.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. People think there's aliens down there and that we know that there's aliens down there.
Well,
And
that's another that they may not be wrong. I mean, there's a lot of deep sea creatures that we constantly see that we've never seen before. And in the technical sense of the word, they are alien.
yeah, I guess.
But I think the
I'm talking
conspiracy
about
theory
from
is
not from
extraterrestrial
planet.
life.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
not from planet
okay.
Earth. But then they're just hanging out in our ocean for some reason.
You didn't know that we can't go there.
Yeah, something. Yeah, that's probably
Well,
exactly it.
very difficult to disprove. So yeah,
Yeah,
they could be right. Very well be right,
Yeah,
but
some people still believe that the what is it, Megadon? That
the dinosaur?
gigantic,
Oh
no,
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 the
no, no, no.
giant
The
giant
giant
shark,
shark, yeah, that still exists. They think
megalodon.
that Megalodon, there we go.
Uh-huh.
They think that that still exists and it's down there somewhere.
You know, you can still find fossils of the megalodon on the beaches. The teeth,
Yeah,
pretty
yeah, yeah.
wild. I never found one, but apparently they're more common than you think.
I think in San Francisco, the California Academy of Sciences, I want to say, has
Hmm.
the whole huge shark, the
A whole set.
Megalodon. I think it does. I'm pretty sure either it was there or a different museum I went to recently.
Hmm.
But it was huge and they show it compared to a regular shark. It's gigantic. It's crazy big. But yeah, people think it still exists. People think the Kraken, whatever the huge squid is, they think that's
Uh-huh.
also down there somewhere.
Like in Pirates of the Caribbean movie, the
Mm-hmm.
Kraken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Well, you can't disprove that. So,
can't
another
disprove
harmless
it.
theory. Harmless, whatever.
Not until it swallows you up, Kevin. Not until it eats you while you're in the ocean.
I don't need to put the
Forever
mark of the
changing the
beast on
life
me.
of your children. They have a college essay now, thanks to you. And that's it.
Harmless, whatever. You want to believe in aliens down in the water, whatever. I don't care.
This is for discussion, Kevin. This is not for harmless, not harmless. We're here to hee hee and ha ha.
It's
Okay.
not. Yeah, okay. All right.
Another one, people think that the world resets when everything has been discovered.
But then what would that mean? Like what would that mean? Like everything has been discovered.
We have all our questions answered, the cure to cancer, we know how to travel in space, we
Yeah, but
understand
how about like the edge of the universe? If we figure out quantum physics,
there is no
figure
edge
out
of a
what's
universe.
inside
We
the
might
black hole,
we
the
might be a
point, the
donut.
singularity. So I mean, we'll never get to that point. It may take forever, if at all.
Hmm. That bugs me. I hate
Okay.
that. I hate that I
Well,
will die
that
not knowing everything. Makes me upset.
yeah.
I want to know. I want to know what is out there. I
But
want to know
then
what
we may
shape the
never
universe
know
is. Oh,
ever.
it
We may
bugs
never
me.
know.
I'm gonna die mad. I'm gonna die pissed off, not knowing what shape.
Humanity may never survive that long to know
Yeah,
everything. So you might not be
because we're
missing out.
resetting. We're resetting, like they said. Boom,
But we only
dinosaurs.
reset if we know everything. I'm just saying that we may never know everything.
Or maybe it's like three
We
body
never get to the point.
problem where we are trying to get to a point where we are more advanced and then we die off and we have to start all over again.
Mm,
Ooga booga style, you know? So maybe it's like that. People think that it's like that where we keep having to restart, restart, restart.
okay. All right. That sounds wild.
Let's see what else. Oh yeah, and then one of the more common ones is that there's a cure for cancer, but it's being kept from the
But
public because it's more
uh
profitable to treat a disease for a lifetime.
that can be believable as well. Sure, why not?
You don't want to argue from a scientist point of view why that's not believable?
I would argue that that's not believable because if it was discovered, that person would want to make a profit off of that. So whoever holds that cure could immediately become rich if you capitalize on it. So why
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't the person holding that secret capitalize on it unless the forces that benefit from other therapeutics generate more profit?
Hmm.
So it doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Hmm.
So whoever discovered it would want to make money off of it by making the like it would
They
outsell
could charge
other therapies,
anything.
right?
They could charge
Yeah,
anything they
exactly.
want. Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense to me at all. Like, why wouldn't that person want to make money off it? So you want to use money as a factor. It got the money. The money factor has to cut both ways. You say
Yeah.
that other people want to make profit off of it. Well, what about the dude who or gal that's holding the secret to cure the cancer?
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, that person doesn't want to make money off of it? Give me a break. Everybody wants to make money. Yeah, if you want to argue capitalism, then you got to cut both ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could definitely make money off of cure to cancer. That's all I'm saying. So
Yeah,
it
for
makes no
sure.
sense that someone holding onto it to make money. It's like saying someone someone invented a better sport than baseball that's more profitable, but withholding it because baseball is so profitable. That makes no sense. Like you
It,
would want to
it
make money off of something that's better.
Yeah, it'd be like the person who invented MRI or the group who invented the MRI. If they wanted to keep
Kept it to
it,
themselves
yeah, keep it from
so
them.
to make like regular x-rays more profitable. It makes no sense. No,
Yeah.
you would review the MRI so you can make even more money. So we've always been
Mm-hmm.
progressing that way.
Yep.
So
Yep. Exactly. I agree
because if you find a
completely.
cure to cancer, there's going to be still many other diseases to cure, viruses, bacterial infections.
Yep.
So there's always tons of stuff that you can make money off of
Mm-hmm.
health wise.
I agree. That's all my conspiracies for now. I definitely have seen some more, but I don't know. Do you have any that you believe that you've heard of, like Mandela effect, butterfly effect,
No,
uh,
I just,
any that you've heard
no, just
of?
nothing. I mean, I've heard of a lot of conspiracy theories, but I never really was too lazy to believe in them. And even if I got to that point, I just was skeptical enough to not believe in them. So,
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know. I never believed in any. So,
I
yeah.
definitely believed
And
in some when I was a kid, but not now.
and also I
Do you
don't
think
hold on to
Bush
my
did
beliefs too strong.
do you think
Like I
Bush
change
did
my mind
9/11?
all the time. I don't know about that. I mean,
Yes
he
or no, Kevin?
definitely had buddies that profited off
Yes or
of.
no?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't believe it.
Interesting.
I believe his buddy Dick Cheney profited off of the militarization of the country,
Mm-hmm.
profited big time off of Halliburton. But yeah, I don't really believe or cared for the theories.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
All
that's it
right.
for this episode, I guess. That's
Mm-hmm.
our little quick digest of all of those crazy conspiracy theories, most of which were harmless, unless I had to put the mark of the beast on my forehead, like Mike Tyson.
Hey,
He's got the face tattoo. You never knew that? Mike Tyson?
people say Trump supporters have the mark of the beast on their forehead. The hat. Think
So you
about
leave the
it.
hat on to. What if you go to the swimming pool? You got to take off the hat. You got to review that mark of the beast.
I mean, no. The phrase, the MAGA phrase on their forehead.
Oh, on the forehead.
Yeah,
No, I thought you were
on their
talking about mark
hats,
of the
on their
beast.
hats. No, on their hats. They're saying that's the mark of the beast on the forehead.
It's on the hat. It's not literally on the forehead, tatted
It's
on.
touching the forehead when you think about
Uh-huh.
it.
But it's not on the forehead.
It's
It's on the
resting on
hat.
the
It's
forehead.
resting on the forehead.
It's cuddling
Anyways,
the forehead. Something to
all
think
right.
about.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for listening in. Hope to see you next time.
Thanks for listening to ADD, Attention Deficit Discourse. Bye bye.
Bye. Okay. Let me stop recording.